Hi, I'm Irma, the Education USA advisor. Be sure to watch all the Education USA podcasts because you will get many insightful information from our expert speakers.
Hello, my name is Deepa, and today our topic is both exciting and important. Studying in America and understanding its culture. We'll explore what it's like to study in the US, what students can expect from daily life there, and how to better understand the American culture, all from someone who truly knows the experience firsthand. And today, we are incredibly honored by a very special guest, Miss Julie Bradley, a regional English Language Officer Fellow currently based at Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. Miss Julie is an expert in English language education from the United States, and she has been working with students and teachers across Indonesia. Hello, Miss Julie.
Hello.
Hello, and welcome to Samarinda. How are you today?
I'm doing really well, thank you. It's great to be here.
Okay, Miss Julie, we are going to the first segment,
Okay.
and our first question is: have you had any local East Kalimantan dishes?
Yes, last night I went to have, and I want to make sure I say it right, kepiting asap.
Kepiting asap. Oh,
Yes.
okay. That's very delicious.
It was very delicious. It was very messy, but it tasted very good.
Okay.
Yes.
Now next, we're now talking about culture now.
Yeah.
If you were asked to describe American culture to a young student from East Kalimantan using just 3 words, what words would you choose and why?
Yeah, I was thinking diverse because I think many people don't know how incredibly diverse the US is. There are many languages spoken. There are people from all over the world that live there, so very diverse, very innovative. There are some really wonderful universities there doing interesting research and developing lots of interesting things for not only the US but the world.
I see.
And then the last one I was thinking is independent.
Independent.
Compared to the collective culture of Indonesia, people in the US are very independent minded and like to think independently and do things independently. So it's kind of a contrast to Indonesia.
Okay. Now we are moving on to the second segment. It's about education and dreams. The first one is some students in our region believe that studying in the US is only for the wealthy people or elite people.
Yeah.
From your perspective, is that true? What would you say to help them think differently?
Yes. And I think that, is not true. That it's not just for the wealthy. And often there are specific scholarships for universities that are intended for people with less income or from certain countries around the world that are maybe less, have less opportunities.
Okay.
So I would work with Education USA to find those kind of opportunities and scholarships that are available. But I also want to recognize that, yes, it can be challenging for someone who lives in a more remote area with internet access, access to come to this facility. So it does take also some determination and perseverance.
That's right. It takes a lot of determination to make those kind of decisions.
Yes, you definitely have to set your goal and then realize it's going to take hard work to reach it, but it is possible.
Now, in your opinion, what is the most common misconceptions about the international students, especially from Indonesia, often have about life in the United States?
Yeah, good question. I think many people think of the American dream and that everyone in the US is wealthy and everyone lives in a beautiful big house and the streets is a wide range of incomes, a wide range of backgrounds of people. There are homeless people in the US. There are parts of the country that need additional support. So it is a beautiful, wonderful country, but it is not perfect by any means.
I see. So we are moving on to the third segment. It's about language and building confidence in students. Now, many Indonesian students worry about their English skills. From your experience as a language educator, what are simple yet effective ways they can use to build confidence even from home?
Yes. And I think a lot of students want some magic solution to make it easy to learn. But there is no magic to it. It really comes down to dedication.
Yeah, so it's not exactly easy to.
Exactly. It does take practice and practice and practice. It does take courage to get yourself to speak to other English speakers, or even to speak in English with someone else who's learning English. And I think the other thing is, one advantage we have now is social media, AI. You can tap into some really great native English resources through social media that can connect with people. I've heard students explain that they use AI as a tool, as a communication partner.
I see.
So it feels less threatening to have a conversation, but you also can get feedback and improve.
So, how do usually those people use the AI? So they type what they want to say, or how?
Yes, and they can even literally say it
I see.
into a tool like ChatGPT. Give it the prompt that I would like to have a conversation with you in English. Please help me correct my grammar and sentence structure. And then start a conversation with AI, and the version I've used does not speak back, but it will type an answer back to you. And I think that can be really helpful and less threatening for those English learners that are feeling shy about putting themselves out there and speaking in front of someone else.
I see. Now, moving on. If you met a student from a small village in Kalimantan who said, "I don't think I'm good enough to study abroad," what advice or encouragement would you offer them?
Yes. So I'm thinking of something called growth mindset.
Growth mindset. What is that?
Because the growth mindset theory points out that a lot of obstacles that we see are really more in our mind than in reality. So I think if it's something a student really wanted, to learn English or to study abroad, if that was their goal, they could find ways to reach that goal. And I think it also is important to point out that being smart is definitely part of it, but I think perseverance and dedication to the learning or to the goal is even more important than the intelligence.
I see.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is just do it and don't overthink about it.
Exactly. Don't overthink, but know that it's going to take some perseverance and dedication. But if it's your goal, go for it.
Now, if you could just give one piece of life advice to a young person from Indonesia preparing to study in the United States, what would it be?
I think keeping your mind open to new experiences. If it's a new country, you don't even know what you might encounter.
Yeah, that's right.
Be open, and if someone says, "Do you want to try this?" or "Do you want to go here?" say yes and explore and get to know the people and the places. And I would also point out that I think it's also important for the Indonesian student to share their culture with the people there. So maybe cook a meal for someone and share part of your culture too, to have that full cultural exchange.
Yeah, I actually want to do that, like sharing some of the part of Indonesian culture, like rendang.
Yes.
Usually people from the West like rendang and fascinated by it.
Yes, food is a good way to have cross-cultural exchange.
Now we are moving on to the fourth segment. It's actually a bonus question for you.
Oh.
Now, to help students understand more about the United States before they go, could you share one movie they should watch, one American snack they should try, and one slang word or expression that's useful but not in textbooks?
Yes, so this question was really challenging for me for some reason, thinking of one movie that would represent a broad range of ideas about America. But the one I narrowed it down to was the movie Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Yes.
Why is that?
The movie spans a great number of years, and so you see him go through many important points in American history.
Yes.
For example, the Vietnam War. There's economic recession. It's interesting historical points, but in an enjoyable, dramatic movie. And he also run, Forrest, run, and he runs across the United States, so you get to see many of the different landscapes as well.
Yeah, I actually watched that a long time ago. It was really a good movie to watch.
Yeah, it's long.
Yeah, it's very long.
But I think it's good, and it also incorporates some music of the different periods in American culture. So, yeah, that would be my choice.
And what about the one American snack they should try?
With my students I work with at UPI in Bandung, I traveled back to the U.S. and was able to get some snacks to bring, and I found some Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kids.
I know students here really like spicy food and they can handle it, it's no problem. But it was interesting, sour candies
food,
are not things they were used to. So it was fun to watch them experience something really sour and to see their reaction. So Sour Patch Kids is one example of a sour candy you can get in the United States.
I see. Now, the last one is the one slang word or expression that's useful but not in textbooks.
Yes. So I asked my daughter, who's in university, to help me with this.
I see.
Because I don't feel like my slang is up to date. But she pointed out saying yes and saying no. Sometimes it's a combination of words. So she gave the example of if I said, yeah, no, yeah. That would mean yes, I want to do it, or I like that. But if I said, no, yeah, no, that would mean definitely not.
No, definitely not.
So same words, different order, which could be confusing for someone.
So the next question is, sometimes students worry about being homesick or feeling out of place during their stay in the United States. From your experience, what helps students feel more at home while they're far from their own culture?
Yes. And thankfully, there are things like WhatsApp. And you can do video calls, so you actually can see people that you're missing and talk to them on a regular basis. I think that's probably the biggest, most important thing, is keeping the connections back home. But also allowing time to meet and make new connections in your new environment. And then I would include the food again. Make sure you can find the ingredients for the foods that make you feel at home, so you can cook things, make some nasi goreng, because I think our senses know home, and if you taste something familiar, then you feel more at home. Yes.
Now, if a student from a warm region like Balikpapan or Samarinda experiences snow in the United States for the first time, what would be your 3 essential tips to prepare them for winter? Yes.
So first, I would give them the tip of making sure you dress appropriately. Often in the winter in the United States, people will dress in layers. So they'll put like leggings on, and then they'll put pants on. They'll put undershirt, and then a sweater, and then a coat. And so layers will help you stay warmer, and if you get too warm, you can take off a layer. I would also suggest finding something fun to do in the winter. There are some winter activities like hockey or snowshoeing or skiing, or even just building a snowman. Finding something fun to do in the cold can help the time pass. And then the last one, I was thinking just go into the winter knowing that it's going to last about 4 months.
About 4 months. It's actually that long?
3 months, 4 months. So go in knowing that this isn't going to be over in a week. So mentally prepare yourself to, dress in layers and be familiar with the cold for an extended period of time.
Okay, so students probably, for the main advice, bring lots of clothes, right?
Yes, or buy things there because people in the US are used to that weather and they will be selling those kind of clothes. It might be hard to find some of those things here.
Now, if you could invite an Indonesian students to experience just one American tradition, like Thanksgiving, a college football game, or a 4th of July celebration, which one would you choose and why?
Yeah, I would choose Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving?
Yes, because it's about family and gathering, and I think that's important to Indonesians as well, so it would have a familiar sense to it. Gathering with family, but also about the food, so they would get to learn about some traditional American foods, turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy. So it'd be a good opportunity to try lots of different traditional foods from America and then to be with a group of people.
I see.
Yes.
So now for the last question, it's actually a challenge. It's actually a fill in the blank challenge.
Yeah.
Could you please complete this sentence for us? Studying in the United States is like blank because blank.
I was thinking of a kaleidoscope.
Yeah, I actually know. Yeah.
Good. So you look in, and every time you turn it, the colors change, and you see something different. So I feel like the United States is similar to that, depending on, if you were in the West Coast, you would see the ocean and maybe some mountains and people that are maybe a little more laid back. But if you travel to the South, you would feel the warmer weather. So it's always changing depending on what region you are in, what group of people you are communicating with. It's so diverse that it's very different depending on where you are and who you're with. Different people, even different languages, different foods, different scenery. Some places have beautiful mountains, other places have beautiful rivers, forests, variety.
Okay. All right, Miss Julie, that was the last question. Thank you for taking your time to be here with us, and your insights, your experiences, and your warm encouragement has reminded us that studying abroad is not just about going to a different country, but it's about growing as a person, opening our minds, and being a part of something bigger.
Yeah.
A better and more personal picture of what studying in the United States truly means. Thank you, Miss Julie.
Yes. Yeah, that was really well said. I appreciate all of your thoughtful questions, and yes, thank you.
Alright, that was the end of podcast Mahakam, Mimpi dan Harapan Anak Kalimantan ke Amerika. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm Diva signing off. Until next time, keep your dreams alive and never stop learning.
How was that? Very insightful, right? Okay, if you would like to know more information, visit Education USA Center in your city or book advising session at Calendly and follow our Instagram at Education USA Indonesia. See you!